Hello, welcome to the Real Estate Happy Hour. It is 4 o'clock in Alabama, and you know what time that means. It's time for the Real Estate Happy Hour. Hey, we're not in Birmingham today. We are live in Key West, Florida. Hey, hope y'all are enjoying the cold, and we're just excited to be here. Hey, Tambra, how are you? I got your message today, by the way. I know you're doing well. David's sick today, so he's a little under the weather. Hey, Mr. Arnette, hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling a little better than David. David's a little under the weather today, so it's just me. We were going to pipe him in. Oh, hey, if you're cold, it's not cold here, and you know that. We are down by a marina right down here near, if you've come on a cruise, you know where we are. We're right near the marina, right there near Margaritaville and all that. But hope everybody's having an awesome day. We are down here to talk real estate with some of the best agents in the country down here, so we're excited about that. But hey, we're not here to talk about just that. We're here to talk about what's going on. Good thing with interest rates. Interest rates kind of have stayed the same this week. And you right there in that 4.75, David would give you a more exact number, but it's right in there about 4.75, 4.875, that kind of thing. So that's good on interest rates. I tell you what, though, one of the biggest things with rates as we go into the end of the year here, it'll be interesting to see. We talk about it every week, talking about the Fed. What's the Fed going to do? If Trump doesn't tick them off, will he go ahead and just keep rates where they are so we can get this home, the market booming again and moving along smoothly? So wanted to also chat with you a little bit about, we're in a very situation where we're seeing a lot of competitive offers. And you know what, one thing that we're worried about, though, is that are these appraisers going to keep up? So, think about when you're making these offers, making sure you throw great terms in there. Like, hey, when's the closing date? Do you really need that home warranty? Certain things that are ancillary, making sure that you write the offer not just in terms of price and those type things. So that's going to be a real big deal as well. So what I wanted to do here is I wanted to bring in some guys from around the country and see. Let me see if I can get them here. They're over here. This will be interesting. Hey, Tara! And bring Kathy with you. All right. Getting some of my buddies over here. This is going to be Tara Limburg.
Hello.
There you are.
Facebook land.
Yeah, Tara, tell everybody where you're from and what you do.
I'm from Massachusetts. I'm sure you can tell by my
Yeah,
accent.
right.
So now I'm from Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, home of Walmart. That's our claim to fame.
Yeah, so you serve the Walmart market, essentially.
That's right. Yeah, and everything that's sold in Walmart. So which is pretty much anything and everything that you could ever think of in the entire world. So
and how many houses did you sell last year?
We sold right at 500 homes.
500 homes.
Yeah. But that's what we're looking to do again this year. So
that is crazy.
A house a day and a house and a half. So
an interesting
fact. You can sell half a house.
You can sell half a house. Now,
right.
Interesting fact, Tara, you actually lived in Birmingham.
I did for just a very short while back in like 2000 maybe, over by the Galleria Mall.
Yes, the Galleria where we're having some issues right now.
Yes.
But
well, do you know what's the name of my apartment complex?
The Crown or Galleria Woods.
Yes, I think that was it. It was we had a Murphy bed. That folded out of the wall, which was really cool because you never had to worry about making your bed. You just took it, threw it up in the wall.
What do they call those? A Murphy bed,
yes,
I think.
Yeah, that was like the best thing ever.
Tara,
never had to make my bed ever again. So.
Tambra said, Tara, that is amazing.
Oh yeah.
No, what is really amazing is that I've known Tara for a lot of years now, and you're just so authentic. You're you.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. So, like it or not, I can't do much about it. So, I've tried with my Canadian and Massachusetts accent, but
it won't work.
It's not working.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
come say hi to Lisa.
This is Lisa
it's
True.
her birthday.
It's my birthday.
Yay!
Yeah. Now, Lisa, where are you from?
Florida. I'm
Wow,
actually,
that's a big state.
I know. I'm 4 hours from where we are right now. So Palm Beach County. So we're in Paradise, Key West, right? So
Right. Yeah.
nice.
Yes.
She said, Tambra said, been there. That's what works. Be you. That's what works. Talking to you.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I don't have a lot of options here. So.
That's right.
Well, we got another Lisa.
another
the two
Lisa.
Lisas.
That's right, Lisa Forrest. Where are
Hi,
you
everybody.
from?
How are you? We're from
Wine
Temecula,
country.
California. Wine country, Southern
Yay.
California.
That's right. And wow, tell everybody your average sales price where you are.
Oh man.
Oh, 485-ish.
Wow.
485. That's crazy.
Ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is like 350 right now.
What's Birmingham?
Yeah, Birmingham's closer to 180.
Yeah.
You know, somewhere in there. And what are y'all?
We're uptown. We're like 225.
Woo!
So
Yeah,
take
look
that,
at you.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Birmingham is beautiful.
It is pretty. And that where Courtney Cox is from?
Yes, she's from the rich part of town,
Hoover.
though. Mountain Brook.
Oh, Mountain Brook, that's right.
The
yeah.
Kingdom, as we call it.
Oh yes, yeah, the fancy part of Birmingham.
Right.
Where's your
Birmingham.
lender partner today?
He is under the weather. He's sick today. So I had to bring my friends. Now, what do y'all think is the number one issue for buyers and sellers in this market?
Man,
What's one thing
Well-
they need to be worried about?
So sellers, their biggest thing for sellers is they need to price their house right.
yes,
Straight out of the gate.
yeah.
Don't chase the market down. Think about it. Think about your mortgage. Think about what's happening, your expenses each month, and price it right out of the gate.
Yeah, and I think buyers, the mistake we're seeing right now is they're not getting a great lender. And so they're coming in with all these like kind of unusual, conditions, and they're losing out. Because in our market, we're still seeing some multiple offers with buyers. So you got to have the great lender. You have to put a strong offer together. And
But when you say that, though, I was talking right before I brought y'all over about the fact that we're in a situation where we need to be making sure that offer's crafted. So it's not just about money, right?
right.
It needs
It's
to be the
letter.
conditions.
It's the story. It's the story behind that buyer, especially if you're in a multiple offer situation. In Southern California, we have that, but it's not near as prevalent as I think it might be in South Florida. So for us, it's in a hot market, the making sure your ducks are all in a row with your lender are vital, but also that story, like Collier saying, the story you tell about your buyer, like the buyer writing the letter themselves, saying
Yes.
how much they love the home and why they love the home. I mean, that goes a long way with most of our sellers.
and even how you behave during the showing. So if the seller is there, being
Or
nice.
cameras or
Yeah,
video.
being
Yeah.
nice to that seller, because sometimes sellers will root for that buyer. They want that buyer to get the house because of the story, or
And it might be even a lesser offer.
Yeah, no doubt.
Interesting. What about you?
Well, my prediction is, nobody else will say this, but my prediction is in 2018 we'll go back. It's hard to tell what kind of market you're in until you're not in that anymore. My prediction is,
Isn't that the truth?
yes, my
You don't know you
prediction
hit the
is
bottom until
2000.
after you're on your way up.
Yes, my prediction is 2018. We'll look back and say that was
19?
the shift.
19, you mean?
No, I think
Oh.
it's already happened. Like at least in our market. Oops, there went my credit card. But that's okay. But yeah, I think in 2018 began the shift. And when I look back in some houses that we had listed back when the market was shifting, it's like you're talking about pricing it right so you don't chase the market down. We had a house, a seller who priced her house at $575,000. It took us 3 years to sell his house, and when we sold it for $325,000.
Wow.
And if you start thinking like if at $575,000 he had just priced it at maybe $500,000, which still would have sucked to have sold it
Yeah.
$75,000 less than you're expecting, but you would have maybe got multiple offers and sold it quickly versus chasing that market down. So I think we're in a market shift. I'm not really sure what the reason is yet. Why?
Right.
I think we'll figure it out later.
But you're still selling 500 houses, which
Yeah.
is well, and that's a good point that houses still move, right?
Right. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like we've been in the real estate business now when the market was at its peak and when it was at its worst. And what we still realize is people still have to have somewhere to live. So it's just a matter of how you play the game.
Do you have any advice for them, Scott?
Well, what was I didn't catch the original
Well, we're
question.
talking about an issue that's out there for buyers or sellers right now that you're seeing in your market that maybe everybody will be seeing as we go forward here.
Okay. Well, so I'm in Colorado, and I've been hearing it in various areas in the U.S. though as well, that we have had a bit of a correction.
Yeah.
The last few months.
Sure.
We've had unsustainable appreciation rates the last few years. We've seen that certainly in our market in Colorado Springs, but across the nation.
And you're saying too that goes with income not going at the same speed as the.
Oh, right. So we've seen on the median home price, you've seen 10% appreciation rates in some cases, and that there's no way that's sustainable. You haven't seen that kind of appreciation.
10% increase in income.
Right. So
Isn't that fascinating?
eventually, there's a ceiling that's reached on the price of homes for what buyers set the price of homes. Sellers always want to price their home at whatever it is, but it may take 6 months for them to come back to reality. So I think it's a little bit more of reality setting in, and it's our job as agents to inform them, and they may not want to hear it, especially when things are still, we're still peaking in price point. It's a hard message to deliver that, really, you're not going to get another 10 grand over your neighbor that just sold last week. It's like,
and it was bigger, right?
Right, and it was bigger, and it had granite countertops or whatever it was. But so we're seeing quite a few people come back to us that didn't sell in the last 6 months, and they're like, "What do we really need to do?"
They get into the brass tacks of what needs to be done.
They are, and they want to be in X, Y, or Z. They want to move down to Florida, which is where we are now, or they want to be near their grandkids or wherever it is. And
that's a pretty strong pull, right?
Yeah, this is what it's going to take to get it.
One question that somebody asked a question about lenders and how obviously David Arnette is the lender that you need to see, but but the question was, what are the questions that you need to be asking to find a good lender? What makes a good lender? I guess I'll paraphrase their question.
Well, I think it's not always. I think a lot of people don't know what questions to ask, so all they ask is what's the interest rate. And that's like a seller asking an agent what's their commission they charge. That's not the only question to ask, but it's the only question we've been trained to ask. So with the lender, it's not just what the interest rate is, but it's like what are their other fees and what kind of customer service. Because it doesn't matter if you get the best interest rate and best fees, you get down to closing and all of a sudden you can't close on time and you've got your moving truck out front and all that, then a lot of those other things are not going to mean as much to you.
And I think, like, even with David Arnette, you got to, I mean, the thing is, doesn't matter who you're asking on whatever lender you're using, and David's like the best in the business, so for us, doesn't matter what you do, but you're going to ask that lender things like, I don't know, don't ask for interest rate, you ask for their APR. What is the actual, with all your costs and everything included?
Total cost, right?
Yeah, your total cost included, not just your actual interest rate, because that's just a small portion of it. In our market in Southern California, it's very different than a lot of the markets in the United States. I know we're like, I don't want to call it our little bubble, but it is a little bit of a bubble. Like, even in Southern California, we have escrow. They don't even have that in Northern California. We're so different on everything. So
you guys on TMZ. We're on Facebook Live.
You're on
baby.
Facebook. You're on the Real Estate Happy Hour show.
we're on the Arnette Swecker show.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be drinking?
Hey, it's 4:00 on Thursday. It's time for the happy hour.
I think we're happy hour.
Yeah, because we're kind of a big deal.
Have we started talking about all
And
the
because
football
he's not
games?
having a happy hour, we're having it for him.
That's right, because I'm out here. Huh. What's up,
football
Tiffany?
is
They're
over.
together, by the way. They are a team.
In Colorado, a team.
Just so that people didn't think that,
Yeah.
Just some random girl.
Yeah. That's right.
But
honestly-
video live that's
Hey,
happening.
hey, you know what's really funny? I'm going to go ahead and tag her. Somehow Facebook just said, do you want to tag
Oh
Tiffany?
my gosh, that's
my
freaking
Wow, look at
cool.
that. It knows you.
Facebook is way too smart.
And
Look at
Tiffany's
that.
really popular.
That is crazy. That is crazy. I recognize your
If I
face.
could only laugh
And the
like
birthday
Taylor,
girl.
It would be amazing.
Well,
That's cute.
well, we're gonna get ready to go, but thank you guys for coming. And
Have we already been
talking.
on an hour?
Well, not quite, but we're gonna
gonna
wrap it up.
We're going to finish our happy on the other hour.
That's right. All right, guys, thanks so much.
Bye,
Thank you, Collier.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Now you know what's happening in all the world.
That's right.
Coast to coast.
The real world. They have houses that are worth $500,000. We have houses with wheels. Oh, y'all do too. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to thank everybody for stopping by on the happy hour this week. No football picks because, well, football season. By the way, thanks, Tambra. I know Army Navy's this week. I'll take Army will beat Navy this week. And so, David, you get Navy if you're listening. But anyway, all right, we'll be back next Thursday at 4 o'clock sharp, unless David has a basketball game for his son, and then we'll be at 3. But, hey, we're really supposed to be at 4. So, anyway, hope you all have a great week, and we will see you next week. All right, till next time, see you later. Bye-bye.